Hey, what up, my band of brothers? How you doing? Hey, I just want to talk to you about the biggest bullcrap that's going on the internet. You know how these people show up on YouTube and say, oh, how to read 52 books a year, how to read 30 books a year. Like, who reads 30 books a year? Who's got time to read 52 books a year? Like, you know, generally a book has got like 400, 500 pages. Like, where do you find time to do that? Especially if you got kids, if you're married. Like, you can't read 52 books a year. Do the math. You read 100 words a minute, 200 words a minute. That's too much. So what are these people doing? So I've got a few tips if you like reading and if you enjoy absorbing content. So I want to talk to you about how to absorb content, how to learn, and not just how to read books just for the sake of reading books. So let's start with this. First thing, if you really want to read books, if you really want to absorb content, because I think this is the best way of learning, the first thing you got to do is to understand that you don't have to read them. Actually read them. You know, you don't need to do that. You can just there's many other ways to absorb content. One of them, watch videos. Yeah, that's right. Watch videos. So you can just if the book is good, you can go on YouTube and instead of watching, you know, useless things that most people watch on YouTube, just scrolling through, find the book that you want, find the subject that you want, and just learn about it. Other thing that you can do, you can watch a TED Talk. TED Talks are really interesting because most of the authors, they will have a TED Talk about the book. They want to talk about the subject. They want to develop their authority. Third, the most practical one, before you even start reading, you can listen to the book. You know, I just came back from my running. Like I told you, 7 o'clock. What do I do while I'm running? I'm listening to a book. What do I do while I'm driving? It takes me 30 minutes to take my kids to school.
Listen, podcast, all the time.
All the time. There's plenty of podcasters out there that they just do reviews of books. So instead of reading the actual book, because like I said, who reads a book this thick? Look at this book. This is one of the books that I love the most. I read it pretty much every day. Who reads this thing every day? No one. Only creepy people like me read the book. But anyway, so back to the point. You can listen to the audiobook. You can subscribe to Audible. Maybe that's really worth the value for you. Subscribe to Audible, to Amazon Prime or whatever, and then you get like a couple of books a month. And if you read a couple of books a month, or if you listen to a couple of books a month, there you go. That's 24 a year. And that's a pretty good amount, to be honest. I'm an avid reader, and there are years that I don't read 24 books completely. So watch YouTube videos about the subject and with the author talking about the book. Second, watch reviews of the book. Third, watch TED Talks about the book. And fourth, and the most practical one, listen to the books. Listen to podcasts. Listen to books being read on Audible and all of that. Now, here's the real dense content. By the way, I do have a private channel where you can get deeper content. So what I'm sharing here is just the tip of the iceberg, just the surface. But if you really want to go deep with me, talking about purpose, talking about how to develop yourself, how to get better, how to find tips like how to read books and all of that, you need to go on my private channel. There's access to a lot of things, including my book. I wrote a book, believe it or not. I wrote a book, that's why I read a lot. So I wrote a book, and it's called Ikigai, Your First Step to a Life with No Regrets. So I want to help you find your purpose. And if you want to do that, if you want to get access to that, you get access to the book, you get access to exclusive content. We've got interactions with me and you. There's a whole bunch of stuff, so you just need to go on my website right here, pedroonpurpose.live. You go on my website, and then you'll find a way to subscribe there, and yeah, it'll be a pleasure to have you in our band of brothers because we're learning together. That's what we're doing. So
even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran, said no, man, I still go.